we returned to see the smith. There was nobody there. Krill was overcome with worry what had happened to his bear. So we did venture to the inn to meet our kobold friend. The blacksmith seated at a table Krill could not comprehend. Pray, Alyssa, why do you not toil, making teddy armor? Won't you please return back to your work? Oh, Mosey, I was foolish to let you go. Let you go, Mosey. Now I see you here in the inn. Give Teddy back. Back and forth we go to the forge, first alone and then with Bomb the squirrel. In the tavern, Krill makes a scene with the blacksmith. Once again he quarrels. To rob a lord with Bomb we do conspire. Bong Rippington will pay in dice and desire.
So, you are at the inn and you have decided to stay for the night before heading off to Lord Bong Rippington's house to meet Bum the Squirrel, all words that shouldn't be said in the same sentence, for a heist. You have paid for your rooms, you've gone to your rooms, but we rejoin you before rest. What would you like to do? Is there anything you'd like to do with your downtime? I don't know if we did. I can't recall if we actually allocated you separate rooms. I think there were 3 rooms in total. I believe Quinch got the...
I got a separate room, yeah.
Yeah, you got the honeymoon suite.
At the request of all of us.
Yeah.
I don't recall the rest of the other 4 of you who buddied up with who.
I don't think we stipulated.
No, I don't think we did stipulate. Who would like to share
Would you
a
like
room?
to stipulate at this point? Should we say smallest with biggest and middles with middles?
Me and Greg, Daboff and Krill.
Yeah.
If he snores, I'll stab him in his sleep.
That makes sense.
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Is the goat coming in with us?
The goat was left at the blacksmith's.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a terrible father.
Do you have any of your children with you? Or are they all at the blacksmith?
Just dropping them off with mother.
It's alright, there's nothing dangerous in a blacksmith.
Correct.
Go stay with your mother. Daddy Krill, this is a lake.
Why are you putting a sack over my head?
Daddy Krill.
Better than Uncle Krill, innit?
Brilliant.
It's one step removed. Yeah, right. So, is there anything you'd like to do with your downtime, any of you?
It's important that we get to sleep relatively soon. We need to be leaving this place at 4. And remember, as far as everybody downstairs is concerned, we're going to be in our rooms until around noon. So when we leave, when we leave our rooms, we'll need to leave stealthily.
I've got an idea. A skill that I've never used.
Mage Hand Wank.
Stealth.
Can I use my Tinker ability to create some sort of clockwork device that will create noise while we're gone to make it sound like someone's
Home Alone.
in the room? Yeah. Can I Home Alone the room?
Cardboard cut out of Michael Jordan just going round and round.
Yeah. What's the crack with that?
It's just like a famous basketball player. Oh, sorry, you mean
in a hit 90s film? Yeah.
Can I have a roll?
I think he had
23
a
on
career
that,
outside of Space Jam, actually. Not absurd.
Brilliant.
Cracking start.
Right. You have proficiency with artisans' tools, tinker's tools. Using these tools, you can spend 1 hour and 10 GP worth of materials to construct a tiny clockwork device. So it would essentially be like a music box, I guess.
What? Oh, there you go.
So it can either be a clockwork toy, a fire starter, presumably a twisted fire starter, or a music box. Or anything of your discretion, but those are the 3 that it lists.
Yeah, I think you're pushing it a little bit with the long rest, but I think for 1 hour, I think I'm going to let you have that. That's absolutely fine.
Cool. So yeah, I'll just try and make like a music box or something that can run for as long as possible.
What are you doing in terms of materials? Because it does say 10 gold pieces worth of materials. Are you happy just to pay the fine? I think that's realistically. I don't really want us to be. I don't want us to be that sort of game where it's like, oh well, you haven't got enough scrap metal to do this. So if you're happy to pay 10 gold pieces to do that,
yeah, that's fine by me. If that's easier, because I can't be asked to search through my inventory and figure out what I'm dismantling. So
yeah,
I will pay the thing.
Okie dokie. Yeah, go for it then.
Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna make basically a long-running music box essentially, and I will set that running at nighttime. Not nighttime, when we leave in the morning.
Do you have inspiration?
I do. Should have used it, shouldn't I? And then got another one, maybe?
Yeah. Oh well, first time I actually remember to give out inspiration for something actually worthwhile being inspired. And you've already got it.
Bugger.
Anything else anyone want to do?
I have a suggestion for a way of us being able to get out of here. Perhaps if we all...
Krill eyes up the window.
At 4, if perhaps we were to all stick our head out of the window, and a certain magical friend of ours could ferry us all down to the ground on Smaug. That might work. That might be a reasonably stealthy way.
No, I want you all to ride on...
Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian.
No, we better get back to the blacksmiths and get him then. We're not going to get this long rest, are we?
I'm sure Smog can help out with ferrying people, yes. I'm more than happy with that.
Krill, anything?
I'm still measuring up the window.
Okay. You are on the first floor, so you'll take whilst you won't have any cutting damage, as I called it last time, you might have some bludgeoning damage from the fall.
First floor American or first floor
First floor English.
Oh, okay.
You're upstairs, Sam. Greg, anything you want to do with your downtime pre-heist?
No, but I would like to ask some questions about the heist, just for my memory. Why did we decide we were going to go at 4 o'clock? And do we actually know anything about this heist, so to speak, of like what we're stealing?
Roll me a history check. I could just tell you, but let's have some dice involved to see how much information I could be asked to give you.
Okay, well, I rolled a natural 20, so we're good.
Natural 20, you know everything. No, so if I remember correctly, the 4 a.m. was because the time of night that you went to sleep was like 7, 8 o'clock or something like that, and you needed enough time to have a long rest.
Yes, of course, yes.
So it coincided with that. Obviously, you also decided to go in the middle of the night. Because under cover of darkness would make things a little bit easier for you.
Under the cover of darkness, eh?
Yep.
That was embarrassing.
In terms of what you know, I believe Bum told you that this was a guy by the name of Lord Bong Rippington, who was in town for the festival of Aegon. I was going to say Avon there, it's a completely different one, that's a make-up one. The Festival Aegon. And he is a cruel man who has a keen eye on magical items, and whilst he didn't have much in the way of specifics, he was fairly confident that this guy's house would have some curios that might be of interest to Dabov. But also he is a lord, so therefore he may have some other artifacts which may be of worth to him. He wants 10% of any gold or anything else like that.
Mm-hmm. Didn't we establish that if we just left, he had no say?
I don't think you did, but you could just leave if you really didn't want to do the heist.
No, I mean take the gold and not give him his 10%.
Oh, we can't bum off bum. No. Poor bum.
We could just lie about what his 10% is.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even done the heist yet.
We're already on about double crossing him.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking as well, Lord Bong Rippington was also in the slave trade? Was that mentioned? Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's
not
a nice man at all.
So he was a slaver, and certainly the word was going around that he also was quite cruel to his slaves, as most slavers are. But every now and again, a slave might not even turn up because that's how cruel he was. That he would just end up killing them because he was an arsehole.
Am I right in thinking that you told us that he made his fortune via a pyramid scheme. I'm pretty sure that's how it started.
Almost certainly not, but for the sake of flavour, why not?
Yeah, cool. Okay, I don't think there's any actions I need to take. Kind of going to sleep, so I'm happy just to go into bed and snore away, basically, until I need to get up into the morning.
I've got my armour on. I have...
Comfortable way to sleep. I think you have to take your armour off for sleep, by the way.
That's like a thing. It's 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, isn't it?
Yeah. An action, so 6 seconds in theory.
Yeah. It's got like Velcro on the side.
Special
The
stripper.
strongest of all armour, Velcro.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't
and-
your armour just like sweatbands, so to speak, anyway?
I mean, it's not, but I sort of want to make it that. No, it's not. It's scale mail, which I'm just gonna assume is like chain mail, but scale. I don't fucking know. Not been doing a great amount of research.
Cool.
It was bought on a whim when I realised that my armour class prior to this was shit.
I'm pretty sure scale mail is made from half Dragonborn. They basically just skin them alive.
Amazing.
Then that's what it is. When I redraw my character, it's going to be bright blue.
And the thing is, when it's made of half Dragonborn, it's quite, you get damaged when you get hit, but unfortunately you're always running away.
Extra armoured on the back.
And finally, Quinch, is there anything you'd like to do before snuggling down?
So there is a small amount of shuffling coming from Quinch's room just before he snuggles down. He does snuggle down, but he does awaken at approximately 3:30 a.m. And Quinch quietly slips out of his room, the honeymoon suite, and ventures out of the inn. And he makes his way to the blacksmith. There's some sort of commotion. He does something at the blacksmith. It's not exactly clear what he does or what he leaves, but he hurriedly makes his way back to the inn and up to his room and slips in just before 4 a.m.
Can I have a stealth check to see whether anybody spotted you?
Yes. 6.
A 6. Some people did see you. Some people who carried on partying into the night, celebrating the survival of the giants, and also from the end of the festivities. So there were some drunk people who would have seen a large hulking dragonborn purebred.
They were drunk
walking around the towns. Huh?
They were drunk. You said they
still
were
saw you,
drunk. Cool. Fine.
Oh, but they saw you.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I
That's
said
what I'm saying. It's fine.
I said to them, I'm just getting some fresh air. Not that I need to explain myself to drunk people who I don't know.
So instead of just avoiding them and hoping they didn't see you, you decided to actually engage conversation with them to make it even easier for them to
Quinch knew
remember you.
They saw him. Quinch was told they saw him.
Fucking idiot. Right. With that,
What
you'll
on
have...
earth just happened? What was
He went on buggered Sebastian.
Is that what he's done? Is that really what you've just done, Quinch?
What's that? What's the accusation regarding Sebastian the goat?
You don't need to call him Sebastian the goat. He doesn't need his full title.
You're accused.
He's an informal goat.
Please, Sebastian the goat was my father. Call me Seb.
You're accused of sexual misconduct with my goat.
I'm sure if you ask the goat.
Oh, we will.
Right. So, you have a lovely little rest. You'd been on the road, actually. Let's not forget, you'd been on the road for a few days. You'd been camping where you could. Some of that slumber had been disturbed by the noise of giants. So this is the first night you've had in a little while, possibly even before Nightstone, where you've had a proper comfortable bed. You've had, proper linen. You've had a mattress under you. You've woken up the next day, or actually, sorry, you've woken up in the middle of the night. I was going to say you'd got some breakfast, but clearly not, because that's the whole point of you trying to get out. So you wake up at roughly time. Who's going to be the first up to sort of rouse the troops? Who's most likely to wake up out of you guys?
What I'll do is I'll sort of release myself from the big spoon position that I've been in with Dabov. And I'll just give him a little poke, and I'll be like,
Oh, again. Oh, twice in one night.
Front and back.
just give him a little poke with my hand, in somewhere totally innocent.
Where?
I can't believe I have to be so specific. I don't know. I just poke him on the shoulder. Yeah,
Top of the head.
Top of the head. Can't be misconstrued that I poked him on the top of the head. Dabov.
Hello.
I don't know how I know it's just before 4 a.m, but I do, and it's time to wake up.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we wake up. That's our room awake. I don't know how we're going to communicate with the other room.
I love how formal Dabov is sometimes. Okay, that's us awake. Excellent news.
Classic morning so far.
That's fine. So, how are you going about waking up the next door room? Or do we think that Dweezil and Greg and indeed Quinch, because we're going to have to somehow manipulate him onto the broom?
Do I know roughly the layout of everyone else's room? Like, do I know roughly where they are?
I don't think we covered this, but essentially you four are next to each other. And then there's a couple of rooms. If you're looking at the rooms, you're sort of on the left-hand side. Your two rooms on the left-hand side of like a corridor. There are two rooms to your right, if you're looking at it. And then the bridal suite is right at the end of the corridor. So there's 5 rooms, essentially.
Would you say they were within 120 feet, everyone?
Yeah?
Because I can use message through... I'm just reading it now. I can cast a spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know that it is beyond the barrier. So if I know a rough direction and the wood is thinner than 3 foot, if it's made of wood.
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah, it's just a cantrip.
Yeah,
it doesn't really do anything useful, but basically I can, communicate with people.
Perfect.
You better wake me up in a really tender way now.
I...
Probably won't be as tender as Krill's awakening.
I was going to do an impression of Stuart's mum. But I really can't. But no, you're late.
Dweezil, it's time to wake up.
Howie.
Oh no, it's going to be proper. Get up, you little bastard! I've made breakfast, and you're fucking late again. How dare you? Like, you're one step away from just being out of this house. You're 40 odd years old. But yeah, I wake him up in Dweezil's, presumably Dweezil's mother's voice, and I get an approximation of what Dabov imagines it to be.
It's sort of creepy.
Wait, you're calling that creepy? The guy that snuck off in the night to go and see a goat?
It's not confirmed that I was just going to see the goat.
I mean, it's you. It's confirmed.
Could have been the teddy bear as well.
Dweezil, how does that rouse you?
Yeah, that's sufficient to wake me up. It's not too harsh. Dweezil is slightly confused because his mother died a long time ago. Like every good D&D character, Dweezil's an orphan. So
he's really weird.
Bit confused, but he's I'm awake. I'll give Greg a bit of a nudge.
I would instantly get up and make a brew.
There we go.
God, a nudge is a better word than poke, isn't it?
I was very careful about that. Yeah.
Almost any word is better than I'd poke him to wake him up. Having already started the conversation with releasing myself from the big spoon position.
Releasing implies some sort of clamp as well. Yeah. Like I had no choice in this.
Let's not go down the consent route. Anyway, right. So that's you four woken up. Quinch, how are we gonna rouse him?
I am awake, so.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so I left at 3:30, and it took me 10 or so minutes each way.
So can we clarify then that Quinch has not had a long rest?
No, I've had a long rest.
He has, because his is only half an hour short, whereas I did allow Dab of an hour.
Oh right,
to
okay.
manipulate
To
his
home alone
choice, so
the room.
it would be very unfair for me, but funny for me to treat Quinch in a different fashion.
Good thing I
okay.
hid all last battle, so I haven't really taken any damage.
Can I also just point out it was very nice of Michael to walk downstairs and out the front door when he left at 3:30,
Yeah.
rather than just open the window and fly out, considering he now has wings.
Yeah.
That's a good
Excellent point. Excellent point. Oh well, he also stopped to talk to some drunk people as well. So.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't... what about, like, Smorg carrying us out the window? Couldn't Quinch just carry us out the window?
He's not carrying me.
You're going to be travelling buddies. You're going to be best buddies.
I'll send a message to Quinch. You said he's within range, didn't you? Of me. Yeah. I'll send a message just saying, Quinch, it's all those monks. It's the ghost of all those monks you killed. We're here to haunt you. You should probably wake up.
Quinch doesn't quite believe it, but he leaves his room to...
Doesn't quite. Brilliant.
Is Quinch leaving his room to go to one of the other rooms?
Is he? I mean, we did formulate a plan, but is that what Quinch is doing?
Quinch had other things on his mind, didn't he? Like goats.
I didn't quite catch if Smaug was going to each of our individual windows.
Well, you don't need them.
I
shouldn't be getting involved. You don't need Smaug.
I'm just going to fly out my own window.
Yeah.
I'll clarify that it wasn't really the monks. Like, same with Dweezil's mum. Like, that's just a tactic to wake them up. I'll say, like, are we all ready to go? You know.
I clarified it was my finger poking you.
Roll
Glad
for
we made
deception.
that distinction.
Well, I show you my finger, and I go, it was this size, and then I show you, and I go, it definitely wasn't this size, and then I put my pants back on.
I am not sleeping in the same room as you again. Just not.
Right. So what are you doing then?
I'll use message to like coordinate everyone rather than go into the detail. Just say, is everyone ready? If so, head to your windows. You know, coordinate the broom retrieval and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing with Smaug? Is he doing one? He like it's actually.
Well, he can do two at a time, can't he? Because it's only 30.
Yeah. Are you flying like a? Are you flying like a fantastical Uber driver, or are you just sending?
No, I can just send him. As long as they're within a mile, I think it is. I can just send them to places.
Okay.
God, that's some range, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bit screwed at getting him back though. To be fair, he's gone a mile and then just gone basically forever until you've caught him up.
Before we start the broom ferry, when I stick my head out of the window, can we just have a little check that the coast is clear and there's no people around outside?
Okay, yeah, go for it. Can I get a perception check, please?
You can. That's a flat 15 plus 3. That's an 18.
18. So yeah, you poke your head out the window.
There's just a blue winged dragon standing in the middle.
Dweezil, are you coming?
We've got that big heist going on.
You pop your head out the window, and the first thing that hits you is the cool night breeze. It's very, very chilly this time of night, especially so by the fact that you're quite close to the lake, so you're getting that wind coming off the water. But where you are, you're not particularly in an area. You're on the opposite side to the high street or the main road, shall we say? So you can't really see if there's any sort of foot traffic. However, you can't hear anything either. You can't necessarily hear like lots of talking or anything like that. So you would probably get a fair sense that, as you'd expect at 4:00 in the morning, everyone is asleep.
Excellent. So, should we start the ferrying down then? You're going to go down first, Gregomel.
Well, I mean, we both may as well, because I can do two at a time anyway.
Yeah, good point.
One at a time. Just slow down the process as much as possible, please.
Okay, so I'll go down first, and then I'll send Smog back.
After I go out, I'm going to very carefully make it so the window looks closed, but so that we're able to open it up again from the outside. Although we're not leaving anything in the rooms other than Daboff's clockwork things, so we possibly won't need to come back. But if we do, for an alibi, I want to make it so that no one can see that our rooms have been opened. Made sure that the room was locked from the inside when we came down, and I'm going to leave the key in the door so that if anyone tries to open it, if they've got another key, they can't. And I think we probably would leave the key in the door anyway, so just a bit of subterfuge to perpetrate the ruse, because obviously at this point, only Quinch knows that, like a giant blithering blue idiot, he risked everything to bum a goat. Or a teddy bear, or a blacksmith.
Or all.
All three.
Let's not rule out the orgy option. Okie dokie. So that's you two ferried down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You're sending back
Smog back up to
Daboff and Grill?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They're next to us, aren't they? They're in the room next to us.
Quinch flies back up to his room to guess because he looks like he might get an extra 10 minutes sleep here. No, he doesn't do it.
I'm going to set the clockwork contraption running and then just leave.
And what sort of, did you say it makes noise or something?
Yeah, it's just a music box. I imagine it to be that'll play ideally for as long as the duration, as is reasonable, but just like snoring sort of noises, maybe some light giggling, sort of stuff that's been going on through the night anyway.
Don't poke me. Don't poke me.
Was that your hand or was that something else?
Excellent. So you're both riding down, I assume. Nothing else you want to do before you leave?
Just much like sort of Dweezil, like shut the window, draw the curtain so no one can see in, sort of thing. Just make it seem like we're sleeping inside.
Lovely stuff. So you're all now out. You've flown down Quinch, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, so you set off on your way towards Lord Bong Rippington's house. Now, you obviously don't know from where you are the direction from directly where you are. You only know the directions from the blacksmith, so you will have to go via the blacksmiths because that's where Bum told you from. So you head southwest down to the blacksmiths.
Was Bum not joining us on this heist? Was he? He
said he was going to. He said he was going to. He was going to meet you at the house.
Oh, okay.
How long would you say our cautious walk to the house is going to take us?
10 minutes.
Will you allow me on the way to spend that time just quietly whispering a song to my companions to G them up and prepare them?
Okie dokie. What's involved in that? Is that just a roll?
It's nothing. It's just me. It's just as we're walking along, I'm going to quietly sing to them.
Can we get Eye of the Tiger, please?
Yeah.
I will have that. However, can I also have a stealth check from you at disadvantage?
Yeah, what a fuckery that you're singing to us while we're trying to sneak out of town.
Eye of the Tiger doesn't sound very heisty.
Wow.
No, it doesn't. Does it?
Two 13s.
2 13s.
Wow. Unlucky for some.
As you are passing by the blacksmiths, you hear some noises from within.
A distressed goat.
It is a distressed goat. You hear some noises from within. You actually see some light from within. And actually, as you are passing by and you are in full song, the sound, I wouldn't say intensifies, that's probably the wrong word, but it sounds a little bit more flustered, I guess. It's unclear as to whether your song is potentially alerting someone inside to your presence. But nothing happens other than that.
I continue to sing my quiet song, but I bring the volume level down even more so to almost an imperceptible whisper. In fact, my song now becomes almost kind of a series of theatrical eyebrow movements, which have the same kind of effect.
Yeah,
on everybody.
Quite well known.
Yeah, you have all got 8 temporary hit points now. By the way.
Wow.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. Okay, so you walk through the town. Again, you hear very little noise. Sort of a bit of a bit of noise coming from the lake. A bit of lapping up of the water against the bank. A few sort of animal noises out in the distance, but otherwise the town is pretty still. People are pretty much just counting their lucky stars that you guys were around to get rid of the giants. Eventually you make your way to, as I described it, the biggest property in Amphale.
It's huge.
Famously large.
Yeah.
Famously large. Bigger than anything on the map that may look larger. And as you approach it, you start to see that this is a very impressive property. And certainly more impressive than the one you've just indicated on the map, Stuart. Or indeed that one, Michael. Or that one, Stuart. All of these are fine examples of houses that are bigger. However, for the purposes of the listeners, I chose a different property on the map.
It's more architecturally impressive that the perspective from the outside looks smaller, but actually when you get in there, you do realise it's actually...
Oh, God.
It's a TARDIS. Got it.
Underground catacombs and the like.
Oh!
Who knows?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So yeah, you approach it and you see it's a stately home. It's very impressive. Ornately decorated from the outside. Lots of stonework and some statues.
Gargoyles. Any
gargoyles.
Yeah.
A lovingly cultivated garden, even.
What kind of plants can I see in the garden?
Alive ones, mainly.
Okay,
green ones, leaves. You see leaves and flowers, buds, petals, stems, all these sort of things. You eventually approach the gate, and you get to the gate of the property. Can one of you please roll me an investigation check?
Oh, now that we're outside the front of the... Sorry. Now that we're outside the front of the property, I see that it's fucking massive.
Who's this?
My name is Quinch. Who are you?
No, who's this?
Oh, isn't that...
Let's wait until we get to there, because at the moment you're just at the gate.
Okay.
So let's just shut the fuck up.
Can I do an investigation check to see if Bum is around? That's right, well, I'm investigating to find Bum.
Hang on 1 second. We're still at the... Just chill out. We're still at the gate. Gregomel rolled a 14 on his investigation check. Let's just tick through the boxes. Greg steps up to the gate and notices that the gate is not only unlocked, but ever so slightly ajar.
Excuse me, but did we already go in? And I missed it. Well, you see, this gate seems to be unlocked and slightly ajar.
Yeah, we went in. We done the heist. You must have blacked out. Let's go home.
Super. Let's go.
We shouldn't say heist out loud. I know I just said it, but we shouldn't say that word. We should come up with a safe word.
We need to have a code word.
Let's call it the charitable event.
Yeah, because when we're caught inside, us using the word heist is what's going to tip them off to the fact that we're robbing the place at 4 a.m.
No, Quinch is right. If we refer to our endeavours as the charitable event, and I do feel that we should use code names while we're in there.
Yeah, I think maybe we should try and cover our faces a bit as well. Like, if anyone's got some sort of hat or hood.
I've got a full disguise kit.
Actually, I think I might.
I'm going to disguise myself slightly.
Can I check how moist the soil that I'm standing on is?
I'm going to rub it on you. Well, I think we should all give ourselves suitable code names. I'm going to be Cobra, Daboff. I think you should be Commando. Krill, I think you should be Predator.
No, Krill is Green Eagle.
Gregomel, you can be Predator, and Quinch, you can be Jingle All the Way.
Brilliant. Amazing. I've already forgotten my code name. Was it Commando?
Jaw for short.
Amazing.
Right. All right, lovely. You've all now got code names. Deal with these in order. MJ, can you?
Short.
Quinch, can you please give me a perception check, please?
Yes. 10.
Actually, make that an investigation. Sorry, because you were checking the correct. So what have you rolled plus whatever your investigation was?
11.
11. It's not wet. Let's put it that way. You're not treading on mud.
Okay, he's gonna spit on it then. He's gonna grab a handful of mud, spit on it, rub his hands, and then rub that over his face.
Yeah, that's you incognito now.
Brilliant.
Anyone else want to do the same tactic, or are you just gonna?
I've got a different tactic. Gregomel is going to get his beard, plait it, and then kind of throw it back over his bald head so it looks like he's got pigtails.
Amazing.
I'm just going to take like a scrap of material or something and just sort of face mask it.
Dweezil has like in his disguise kit, he's got like a bald mask, a bald cap, but it also comes down and covers his chin as well, so he looks like a shaven-headed, clean-shaven man. And I just quickly apply some camouflage makeup from my disguise kit to cover my weird eye tattoo thing.
Can we change your code name to be Humpty Dumpty?
Quinch sniffs. Does anyone know if Sir Rippington has got dogs?
Has Quinch rubbed shit on his face?
It's highly possible.
For Krill's disguise, he simply just reaches in his back pocket, pulls out a monocle, pops it on, and does nothing else.
The half Superman. I like it.
Where did you get the monocle from? Amazing.
I've just always had it.
Of course, why wouldn't a barbarian be on the road with a monocle?
For disguise purposes, of course.
In response to Quinch asking if anyone can smell dogs, I'm just going to put my nose to the air and just say, all I can smell is that dank kush from Lord Bong Rippington's estate. I think it's that way.
I don't know why you're mocking his name. Who knows what bongs and Rippingtons mean in this world?
Who knows what dank kush means?
Exactly, indeed. Writes dank kush down as a new character name. So, as you're going through these motions of disguising yourself, you hear from the other side of the gate. You're still this side of the gate, by the way. It's worth noting. You hear some rustling. And then, all of a sudden, you sort of see a head pop round the corner. Is that you?
Thank you for joining us on our adventures. Please subscribe and leave a review on whichever platform you listen to podcasts through. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Dice and Desire, where we share behind-the-scenes bits and bobs, and we'd love to interact with you there.
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No.
Hello.
Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Hello with a billowing hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear. Waiting to get through the whole thing. No. I mean,
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello with a billowing hilltop. Okay, that's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay.
That
was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.billowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it?
It's .com.
What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
I don't know.
And, yeah.
We will be delighted if you to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah. Yes. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Sorry, that was me.
What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. Quite a bit of this.
completely lost.
This,
Got a bugbear in my underpants.
and one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify, and we're on TuneIn, and you can find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook. And we hope you join us. Thanks very much.